Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. You're welcome to yet another edition of our program, Right on Point. I'm your regular host, Ankinibon Ferdinand Wenger. On this special edition today, we are receiving a very young, innovative, talented, and exceptional young person in our country who is doing a lot to improve the nature of things in our country. And of course, it's no other person but Nyuoh. He is an engineer, a humanitarian, and equally an entrepreneur. Sir, you're welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure meeting you, sir.
Thank you very much. A lot of those who are watching us out there would like to know a little more about Mr. Nyuoh.
Like you rightly say, my name is Nyuoh, a renewable energy engineer and a master's holder in hydraulic engineering and a degree holder in renewable energy.
You have been working in this domain for quite some time, doing a lot of great work, improving communities. Can you tell us what prompted you to venture into renewable energy?
Renewable energy is a sector that most African countries are not yet ventured into it. And with the fact that we live in a country where our energy sector is too, or should I say, is down to earth, or it's below standard, I had to venture into it because most of our communities do not have the national grid. So I thought learning more about it is going to help a whole lot of communities.
Now, when you're venturing into something like renewable energy that is like very new to communities, new to maybe the country, how are the people out there receiving it? Are they adapting to the new trends, or are they seeing it as a myth?
A whole lot of people believe it doesn't work until you make it work. They believe it like it's only a white man that can do it. Like whatever you're doing, like until it works. So you have to put in your best to make sure it works because they believe only on, should I say, yes,
believe count on output.
Exactly.
Yeah. You would like you to tell us a little bit about some of the projects that you have carried out that are standing tall that you can be proud of today.
Okay. Let me put a little bit in breaking it down.
Yeah.
I'm working on renewable energy. I've worked on hydroelectricity production, solar energy, and wind energy, which I'm still venturing into it now. Then biogas, which I've not done much, but we are getting into it now. Talking about projects standing tall, I think there are enormous. There are many of them.
You can help us cite some.
Okay. I'm going to start with. I have the Binon community that's in Nyuoh subdivision, where I generated electricity from one waterfall there. I think that was one of my big projects. I have communities like the Meka community in Zua Council, that's Menchum division. I have a Fundong subdivision where I've done a whole lot of projects there, like electrifying the hospital, street lights, and other stuff. Then, if I'm going out of the Northwest, I should be talking of places like Dikinimiki, that's Yaoundé. I should be talking of places like Dikinimiki, Nitoku, all those places. So you go to Douala, I've done a whole lot in that direction. You go to Puma, you go to Iboloa, you go to Betua. Then not forgetting down there.
When you count all these places with the projects that you have carried out, do you believe that the people in these communities are contented and happy that something new is coming
in? Yeah, you know what it means to give life to a community, like just the joy the people give you whenever you're coming back from maintenance gives you an impression they're
happy.
Yeah, they're happy. And even in town, we see that when lights go off and they're coming back, you see people jubilating.
Exactly.
Think about community where they've never seen light and they are generating light for the first time. So you can, and the fact that you give them guarantee, it's going to always be there.
Now, when you're counting all these successes, these success stories, moving to these communities in and out of the Northwest region, right up to the Adamawa, we know that with something coming new in a system like ours, we know how the system works. Definitely there are challenges. Can you tell us some of the challenges that you've been facing all this while and how you've been able to, go past those challenges?
Yeah, especially in this field, you have a whole lot of them because people don't believe in it until it works.
Yeah.
And before you make it work, you have to put in a whole lot of finances and effort. For example, I was working in Bamboo, I think 2 weeks ago, about 2-3 weeks ago. So we were trying to generate electricity for a small village there. What happens is the community is like, this thing will not work. So you have to pump in a whole lot of your own resources and make it work. They see the system working there. You can take away your equipment and then try to. Those are the kind of
hold on.
Yeah, that will have in the field. Then at one point you do the system and trying to put the people to manage. Since it's still new, people don't know how to manage it. So at one point with other kind of like they spoil some of the equipment which are very important.
All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking to Mr. Nyuoh. As I told you at the start of our program, that he's a renewable energy engineer, he's a humanitarian, and he's an entrepreneur. He's been talking to us about renewable energy and how important it is for our communities to all engage into this innovation in the country. What makes it different? Renewable energy, solar electrification, and the power system that we have now.
The most important thing about it is should I say kind of sustainability, and the fact that it's going to always be available. For instance, there are smaller systems, which means they can stand alone. And when you're doing such system, you have already calculated everything. Meaning you project your project and give it a particular length of time, and within that length of time, normally you're supposed to have a constant system. Our system, when it comes to renewable energy and what I'm doing, your system do not have low voltage like we have with the national grid. You don't have high tension, all the stuff. So you have a constant voltage that you hardly find it destroying equipment. And at the end of the day, the equipment we use are up to standard.
So by so doing, you're encouraging more Cameroonians to trust in the services that come from renewable energy.
Exactly. Like you have a whole lot of councils, like councils have never believed in it, but I think with more than 20-something councils I've worked with, I think that they're embracing the system because I've seen that it actually works. And we wait for it for 1, 2, 3, 5 years, it's still working. They're like, this thing is working. So they sell, should I say selling technology or I don't know.
Yeah.
Something like that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a pause. We'll be right back to have the last segment of our program. I'm inviting you to watch this beautiful song that's going to be coming to you from Rapinem. He's also from Com, where our guest is from. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Keep it.
She said it is necessary. I know you here for the fantasy. Come and get the cucumber. No need for repentance. Tell me, girl, if you want that thing, I'ma give it to you, my lady. My lady. She be screaming like, oh no. Said anywhere you go, I go follow. Baby, give me that no. Yeah. She be screaming like, oh no. Said anywhere you go, I go follow. And baby, give me that no. Yeah. Cause I go drink water like I'm there. When I'm done with you, girl, nobody go come there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that very beautiful piece from that young talent all the way from Com, Rapping. It was a very beautiful musical piece there, dedicated to you on the edition of this special program with Mr. Nyuoh today. Welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. For us to queue up from there, we want to find out from you what advice can you give young Cameroonians today when it comes to renewable energy?
The first thing is I want to tell them it's an interesting field, and if you get into it, you are not just going to help communities, but you make a good living out of it.
Is it only about helping communities? Is it about making a good living? Is it about passion?
Passion comes first. When you are passionate about it, all the other ones follow. Because if you're not passionate, you will never do something good. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, like we were saying, we are with Mr. Nyuoh. He's a specialist in the issue of renewable energy, and that we are all encouraged, to embrace this innovation because it's what is trending in the whole world today. And of course, I want him to tell you a little bit about how you can get to them in case you need to either venture into this innovation, or equally, or if you need them to, make use of their services with you. So I would like to find out from you, how can they get to you, where can they get to you, where can they meet you if they're in need of such services?
I think can get to me through my contact. And my contact is 679 18 2595. Maybe I repeat again. 679 18 2595.
All right.
Or they can contact us on our page, Cameroon Renewable Energy.
All right. On Facebook.
On Facebook.
All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it from him. That's how you can get to them in case you need services in the domain of renewable energy. And when we talk about renewable energy, so many people don't really know exactly what it's all about. What are some of the services that come under or fall under renewable energy? So that people know exactly if they are coming to you, what are they expecting?
Renewable energy have many other branches. There are some branches that might not be applicable in Africa or in Cameroon. We have the ones that are most applicable in Cameroon. We have hydroelectricity, that's generation of electricity from a waterfall. We have solar energy, which is, I think, is one of the most dominant now. Yeah. We have wind energy. We have biogas. Wind energy is not that much in Cameroon, but we have it in section of Cameroon, like we have been working with the West. We have biogas, which is almost everywhere now. All right. Yeah. But solar energy is dominating.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the various fields. If you need any assistance, if you need any information regarding renewable energy, you have the number there, you have the page, you can always go there to get to them. And of course, let's get renewable while enjoying renewable energy. I will take you to watch this slideshow, and on that slideshow, you are going to see the various projects that they have been able to, carry out in different communities across Cameroon. And of course, if you want your own to be there one next time, definitely you need to get to them. We will be right back. One last question before we go. What advice can you give young Cameroonians today? It's a difficult one.
The first thing I always say is hard work and being smart. Because if I maintain hard work, it means those who dig that normally supposed to be richer than everybody. Yeah. Normally, if you being hardworking, you have to be smart as well. Yes. And making it in life doesn't mean you make it one day.
All right.
This should be my 7th year. Exactly. When I started the first year, I knew nothing. Second year, I knew nothing. I think now, if I'm boasting of anything, it's patience. Yes. Exactly. You cannot achieve it when you're not patient enough. You also have to be passionate. And stuff like that.
Now, 3 keywords to take home from Engineer Nyuoh: patience, hard work, you need to be smart. And if at all you're smart, you've got to be passionate about what you're doing. Before we leave, I always like to close my program with some few jokes. I would like to find out from you, what was your best moment in your life?
They actually learned how to cook fufu corn.
I've seen how much you are in love with fufu corn. Because when I was going through your page, I saw fufu corn mentioned several times on the page. And then what's the moment you wouldn't want to have again, the moment you regret?
Okay, let me say a moment I messed up. Let me say it should be in a university where I abandoned classes for Honestly, honestly, that's
Is it
why
because you finished
I actually have to stop school for 1 year.
Yes.
So whenever I think about that, it's something
It's little terrible for you
very terrible.
these
Because
days.
losing a year in school is
So your best meal is
fufu corn and katika.
fufu corn and kati. So your best song?
You know, my best song is one song in Come For Into Fun.
Yes. Can you sing it? Sing it.
I should be able to do that.
You just sing a bit so that we know that is your best song.
No. I think you
I can support you for into fun.
Yes, that's the best. Sanchelo. Yes, nobody that's the part I like.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Nyuoh, for accepting to talk to us. We are so grateful. Thank you very much.